Nearly 100 years later, white people were still being denied access to the polls.
300 people have marched to the courthouse in Selma, Alabama to register to vote. Most in line won't be allowed inside.
I was there when Amelia Boynton and the other civil rights leaders led these marches. These events often ended with all the marchers being arrested.
An old farmer is trying to register, but he's required to take a literacy test.
Literacy tests were rigged for failure. White people didn't have to take them.
Who is Zachary Taylor's vice president? Why'd it be you? Come on, Clark.
You're right outside the. You're right. You're right outside the lines, old man. You failed already. You can't register. You can't vote. You might as well quit right now.
You can't tell me I can't register. I'll try anyway.
So be it, but you ain't voting in this country.
The farmer already knows the clerk will use any excuse to deny his application. He also knows his name will be published in the newspaper just for trying.
Black people who tried to register were often fired from their jobs or run off their land. In some places, they were required to pay poll taxes in order to vote.
Despite the risks, black citizens continued to wait their turn. Outside, the people in line shaped their determination into song.
We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Scene 2, Brown Chapel.
I was just 8 years old when I risked my life to be Dr. Martin Luther King's youngest freedom fighter. Whenever civil rights meetings were held at the church, I sneaked out of the house to attend.
Cheyenne and her friend Rachel follow a crowd into Brown Chapel. Dr. King spots them right away.
And what is it you want?
We want freedom!
I can't hear you.
We want freedom!
This time I want to hear you say it like you mean it. What is it you want?
Freedom!
That's the way I want to hear it.
Scene 3, Still a Slave.
One night during the second week of the movement, I began to run a fever.
You've been outside and you've been out in the cold and rain too much, young lady. Other folks can sing tonight, but you must stay in bed. You need to stay in bed.
Mama brought me some soup, and we talked about my great-great-grandmama, who's been a slave.
When they was freed, they didn't have the money to go up north, so they just stayed right here and worked for next to nothing.
Did she even ever try to vote?
In those days, no woman could vote, not even white ones. She did say some of the men got to vote for a while, but the white folks cut them off, and before long they'd lost their rights.
I don't understand. How can that happen?
It's 'cause they were scared. Grandmama said she'd seen folks whipped, and even though they'd been freed, they never forgot.
I remember thinking 100 years later, not much has changed. As I drifted off to sleep, I heard the sound of singing coming from the church.
Oh freedom, oh freedom, oh freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free.
All of a sudden, it struck me that if I kept marching, I might die. I thought of those 4 little girls down in Birmingham who've been killed by a bomb. I imagined being struck by a deputy's club.
Cheyenne gets out a pencil and paper.
I decided I should write my obituary. obituary, the words that would appear in the newspaper if I should perish.
Cheyenne Lynn, 8 years old, was killed today in Selma. She was one of Dr. King's freedom fighters. She was a student at Clark School, Selma. Cheyenne wanted all people to be free and happy.
Scene 4, Bloody Sunday.
The marches continued throughout the winter months, but when a young civil rights activist was killed by police in a nearby town, James Bevel, Dr. King, and others organized a protest march from Selma to the state capitol.
When the march begins, the crowd is nervous and worried. No one talks or sings.
I was near the front of the line when we got on the top of the Edmus Hedis Bridge. I saw what awaited us on the other side.
Hundreds of troopers with clubs and gas masks stood blocking the highway. Behind them were the sheriff's horsemen.
Led by Reverend Hosea Williams, the marchers descended to the bridge.
Crossing this bridge means having the chance of real freedom. Not crossing it means nothing will change.
A lawman yells through his bullhorn.
Y'all stop right there and don't go no further.
Oh, sir, may we have a word?
Be no talking today. Just get them back to the church. Y'all got 2 minutes.
I reached up and grabbed the hand of the lady walking next to me.
Don't be afraid. I know you're young, but don't be afraid.
What's going to happen?
I don't know, but remember what you've been taught.
We've been taught were the principles of nonviolence to turn the other cheek.
Rev Williams turns around the marchers, or turns toward the marchers.
Brothers and sisters, kneel down and pray.
Charge on him, men!
Before anyone can stand up, state troopers rush into the crowd, swinging their clubs.
I remember the screaming. There were people everywhere, jamming against me, pushing me.
Tear gas canisters belched clouds of smoke.
I remember seeing through the haze at the horsemen coming towards me. They had on those awful masks. I heard the hooves on the pavement, and I turned and ran.
Television crews were on hand to witness the violence. The cameras filmed horsemen trampling protesters, troopers waving flags, and people tumbling down the riverbank.
Oh, as sirens blare, gun-toting troopers chase marchers back to their homes. Everywhere people are crying. Cheyenne's parents, aroused by the sirens, waited anxiously at the door as she comes running home.
Cheyenne, thank goodness.
Cheyenne falls into her mother's arms.
You alright? You alright? You hurt?
Mama, I can't stop shaking.
If they want it this way, I'll give it to them.
I remember watching my father grab his shotgun and head for the door, but Mama in his way.
That'll just get you killed. Now you calm down and help me take care of Shay.
In later years, Mama would tell me it was my courage and participance that made her actively join the movement. But just then, we just sat there on the couch, hugging and crying, and started at the door.
Come by here, my Lord, come by here. Selma needs you, Lord, come by here. Come by here, my Lord, come by here. Oh Lord, come by here.
Scene 5, Our Own Funeral.
Death was all around us. The movement, all around during the movement. But I still determined to go back to the Brown Chapel. That night, my eyes still burning from tear gas, I walked to the church and I found Rachel.
Inside, things seem hopeless. The only sound is that of sobbing.
It's like we're at our own funeral, Shay.
Yeah, but it's not the marchers just got beaten, it's the whole movement.
We let that thought sink in a bit. Then, out of nowhere, someone started humming.
You hear that, Shay?
Sounds like a funeral home.
Listen closely. You recognize it?
It was real soft and low, but soon I did recognize it. And then we started humming along, and then people started picking it up, and it started to swell. And suddenly, we were all singing and clapping.
Ain't no gonna let turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching to freedom land.
Walking up to freedom land.
Maybe we want something today after all, Shay.
They can break our bones, but they haven't broke our spirits.
Scene 6. March into Montgomery.
Around the world, television networks broadcast footage of the attack.
Sure enough, people everywhere were outraged. They were calling it Bloody Sunday.
Because of the publicity, President Johnson sent troops to protect the marchers.
And 2 weeks later, I joined a spirit crowd, over 3,000 people, marching towards the state capitol building in Montgomery.
It seems like we're marching heaven today.
Ain't we?
Scene 7. The Capitol steps.
By the time Dr. King began his speech, the crowd had swelled to 25,000 people.
Even my mother and father were there for the big rally.
Is it King?
Yeah.
Today I want to say to the people of America that we are not about to turn around. We are on the move now.
Yes, sir.
Let us march on poverty until no American parent has to skip a meal so their children may eat.
Yes, sir.
Let us march on ballot boxes until all over Alabama's God's children will be able to walk the earth in decency and honor.
Yes, sir. Followed by clapping, not well clapping.
Scene 8. The voting booth.
Soon Theodore President Johnson signed the Voters' Rights Act into law.
It gave African Americans the rights they had been promised nearly 100 years earlier.
But as I look back on it, I think the real victory wasn't that we marched to Montgomery. The real triumph that had been on Bloody Sunday when we turned a borrowed beating into a non-violent victory.
Cheyenne's parents have a surprise for her. For her birthday, they became registered voters.
We're proud of you, Cheyenne.
Oh, now we want to show you what you were fighting for.
That's right. We're voting today, and you're going with us.
When they arrived at the voting precinct, Cheyenne watches her mother make a check mark on her ballot.
That's it? Just that?
That's it. It's just like Dr. King said. If you can't vote, you ain't free.
That Cheyenne is freedom.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.